Yo, swim here. We ditched the hood to roam in the deep woods on the high hills. The ghetto was blasting with some end-of-times religious festivities, but batshit monkey as loud can't stream shit there. So G left for an expedition to Ground Zero. Guess he's on a quest to get his cap pop, collecting fresh impressions into that clear head of his. So we're lounging here with Mr. ElderFlower-C. How's it going, C? Yo, C here. Much enjoying the peace and quiet, floweringly as it happens. My Snoop dog came along. She likes the rustic roams. Yo, so Mr. ElderFlower-C, can I just call you EF for shorts, yo? We was hoping you could drop a couple more legends from the long road. Even put my gadget into aeroplane mode. Make sure we're not distracted. Might go a bit overtime, but yo, whatever. Yo, swing. OT, not a problem, but remember, we don't OD, we consume legendary substance responsibly. And you yourself, swim, are the watchman of your capacity. Keep in mind, my containment capacity and inner space is an order of magnitude more than yours. So if the saturation starts fogging you, let me know, yeah. Roger O, Mr. EFC. I'll keep you posted as it happens. Let's move, the sun's a bit hard. Yo, we're in my favorite spot, the nature study O. Yo, swim, before we start, maybe don't call me EF. Sounds iffy. Something like CEF, C as fuck, with a bit more swag. The full acronym from the old days is actually EMF, Elder Middle Flower, cause I'm flowering in the middle, right? Yo, clear, Mr. EMF. There's a pulse to that, I like it. So what's the short long story, C? Would you oblige to indulge thy apostles? Shit like that, right? Well, that's a hilarious load of bullshit right there, swim, but whatever, I'll indulge you with narratives. So we was still kids with Wizard G. We used to hang out with the Prabhupada crew and that George Harrison dude. I nicked some of their Sancta rap rhymes and ran to a hilltop recitations. Dropped some of those bars before, blew my cap off big time. Wizard G left off for Yonderland. I became a street preacher with the crowd. We was traveling to every town and village with the good gospel. Then the bullshit got a bit much, so I called a crap and pulled the plug, a 16-page report. A guru ended resigning over that. Then I met this world-roaming elderly guru. He was shipping tons more real substance. Turns out he was ripping rhymes from the old-school crowd, so I went to India. Roots, nutty roots, right? Gotta dig 'em as far as it goes. So there I landed, in the Sanctum Sanctorum, where Krishna and his golden gal take their midday baths. Dug into it all with this old saintly scholar. He was like the pope of the lot there. Translating and building bridges for all of that, exporting it all to the wide-ass Western world. Well damn, that's already a load of EMFC right there. But what's up, why are you here and not there? So look, swing. Every teaching, every myth, there's always a dead end at the end of the road. When the maps of the masters no more carry, when they can't relate to what's going on. And I really wasn't gonna let someone swap the book of my life with the book of their doctrines. So I moved on. Exit backstory covered. I was one day off from sleeping naked to the Himalayas, never to come back, or maybe, or like whatever. So this one swindler comes along, rigging up miracles, inviting me to his ashram. Yeah, okay, whatever, let's see where it goes. So he played me for a month and I played him for a month and that was the end of that. It was all back to the drawing board. What's going on? Is there a path? At that point I was so ripe with it all, I dressed in rags they make for the toilet. The same kind of red maroon you see here. It was a statement. The world's my toilet, not my oyster. Also there's the fact that it really fucking smells foul there when the gutters are brewing. Damn, see, that's a trip and a 3/4 there. So did you find a way? What happened? Yeah, well, no, not really. I was like, well, fuck it, I'll just walk whatever way. Ended up in Varanasi, the Shiva capital, watching bodies burn on the banks of the Ganges. Went to the south to check out the Ramana Maharshi dig. Ended up on the mountaintop in a thunderstorm. Hooked up with a ragtag Buddhist crew, 3 monks and a nun spearheading the mission. They were trailblazing open the ancient pilgrimage routes, so we walked to Nepal. Then they went their merry way. I landed in another one of those mountaintops holed up in a cave. Sick views with 5 snow-capped mountain ranges my only horizon. Then come the forest rangers. Hey foreigner, pay up 200 a day. Didn't have that much for a week's food, did I? Like what the hell, so I came down to Kathmandu. Hung out with the Universal Peace Foundation crew, like straight off the album cover of Abbey Road The Crossroads. It's like whatever, dude. Getting back in touch with real life in full spectrum. Well, yo, Mr. ElderFlower, it sounds like a slice of heaven there. Why'd you leave? Fact is, Swim, up to me I would have stayed longer. The government was drafting me, forced military preparing for the upcoming Russian threat. So I decided, I'm a conscientious objector, here's my letter. Suck it up. Better things to do in life than fight your battles. But so they cancelled my passport and I have to leave Asia altogether. Underground in Europe. So there I was brewing underground for 4 years on an old blacksmith's attic. Integrationing everything, crafting mandalas, digging new shits. Like about up until the Mayan Doomsday 2012. But look, Swim, let's be real. Ain't no one in your audience gonna have the attention spanner for all of these tales. We got like 14 more years to cover, that was the first 16. You think we just cut it here? Another time, another tale. Well, Mr. Flower-C, up to me. I'm Swim, I've got the riverbeds to contain. Probably not the full measures of your ocean basin, but it's flowing swimmingly. Ananda don't have the cap to catch it all. The rest of the kids out there, unless you put them in forced attention detention, no way. So yo, let's wrap it. Mr. ElderFlower-C's Snoopy dawg is KO on the floor of the studio. Wizard G is astral traveling in the dimension of four-eyed alien creatures. Accessories are a bird's nest on the floor. Whatever the nature brings, yo.